Hello, everybody. It's Deluxe back for Propaganda Saturdays. Cough is gone. I'm still coughing up tiny bits of here and there, not to gross anybody out, but my stomach has been giving me an issue this morning, so there's a small chance I might run off camera and stop the show early. So I've been having some tummy grumblings. Enough medical crap aside. We have Mardu by Hadohado. I ran into about a month ago. Saw him using these Devotees as well as the new Salt Road Packbeast, and I was pretty intrigued by the list. Just seemed to kind of get there and do everything. So we have 20 lands in this beast. 3 dens, 1 Drossforge, 3 Goldmire, 2 mountains, 3 plains, 1 radiant fountain, 3 Rustvales, 1 shattered landscape, 1 swamp, and 2 vault of whisper. It's pretty eclectic. Oh, I didn't change these out from my favorite vaults, but no biggie. We got 4 Galvanic Blast, 3 Synthesizers, 1 Omen of the Dead. I really like the 3 count on this. I think that shows a lot of discipline. 2 Thraben Inspectors, 2 Novice Inspectors, 4 Mardu Devotees, all 4 Ephemerates. This is kind of at its shell of Ephemerate list. We got 4 Skyfishers, Thraben Charm, single, 4 Cast Down, and then the Wildfire package. Got 2 Salt Road Packbeasts and the Ardent Elementalist to kind of bring everything back, and the Refurbished Familiar. So, we got the Omen of the Dead trick with the Skyfisher and got all kinds of neat little synergies and such. In the sideboard, 2 Dawnbringer Clerics, 3 Dust to Dust, 1 Extracted Confession, 3 Pyroblast, 3 Castigate, and 3 Relics. So hopefully my stomach holds up and I'm not having to run away here. Let's hopefully get in here, and it's probably like I should be playing a fast deck had I known my stomach was going to be giving me issues, but been watching some really good movies. I saw The Accountant 2, which is, as a sequel goes, very, very strong. Enjoyed that series quite a bit. Then there was, I just started Nosferatu. I haven't finished it, but I'm really into it. It's a big surprise, me being all gothy and stuff. So, not gothy, just a fan of macabre and such. So, I've been really enjoying the production value on that one. So, been pretty cool. Got a big UFC tonight. Good times. And I totally got the Final Fantasy date wrong. I thought the cards, just because they showed up in the text box here, were available, but it's not till the 10th. So I was chomping at the bit to kind of show you guys some new tech with 2 or 3 of the new cards. And then I was like, wait a minute. I guess I gotta have to wait till next week. Knee issue news. Knee feels good. I got an MRI scheduled. Went to the doctor. Took forever. Feels fine, but I just want to make absolute sure there's nothing going on there, because sometimes there is a slight little click, and I just want to make sure that's not something structural or wrong or whatever. Well, we've got a bridge. I'm going to keep this hand. It's a little bit flooded. I do mean a lot, but we'll see where we go. Mana's right. Do we need a blocker soon? We do. I think rather than the Cleansing Bridge, I'm just going to lead off with an Inspector to stop that one more damage from coming through. Yeah, let's lead off with this beautiful land here. Go like this. Off we go with the Novice Inspector. Where's Grogberg when you need him? Oh, I know, you're right. Morinha. Faced them many a time. How'd the pre-release go there, Mindstab? I missed the first 4 minutes. Yeah, I started it probably about a minute early. Try to get the little promo junky things out of the way so that if somebody's right at the dot on 9 o'clock, I'm actually describing the deck I'm playing. So I always go a tad early, just to, like I said, get through some of the promos that way. Well, alrighty. This kind of blows with our little slow setup here. Yeah, I'll bring this out. We'll just pass the turn up. Get a little black mana action here. We can, Castigate showing up. All right, let's get rid of some of their cards here. Yes, Mardu. The decks that do it all. Well, that's pretty cool. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do I want to slow roll this? I think I do. I'm going to wait on the bridge. Going to bring this out. No, I counted that completely wrong. Oh, well. I'm going to bring out the Familiar. For some reason, I thought I could play the Galblast there, but just trying to stay away from coffee this morning just because of my stomach being a little upset, so maybe that I'll blame coffee on that little mini punt. All right, we're off to the races here. Can at least block. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with Twitch and company. Well, that's 6 damage we've avoided going to our face. Pretty sweet. We've had the super nice, all May was nice and gray here, and then June gloom, as they call it. Feels pretty chilly and cold outside, so I'm in love. It's absolutely perfect sporting weather, or if you want to do something physical like pickleball. Speaking of physical, I started a new little regimen. I just wanted to do something kind of like clockwork, just that old man strength where, you see these old timers like in, I don't know, 10, 20 years from now, being able to do like a ton of push-ups still and things. And it's just that daily routine, So 3 times a day, I'm going to be doing about 33 push-ups, get to about 99. And started that about 2 days ago. So chest is a little bit sore, but feeling pretty good regardless. All right, so we can kill you-know-who. Let's do that straight away. Get rid of this pain in the butt. I'm going to stave off doing the other thing. All right, we take another 4. Radiant Fountain's looking very good right now. Bring this out. Oh, rock like this. Bring this here, just in case we grab an Omen or something. Do you want to use this ability? Yes. Let's see. We've only got 1 black. We've got double red on board and a white here. I guess we'll get the black here. Let's do that here. Perfect. That's kind of what I wanted to draw. We'll bring out the Devotee. Hopefully we can find some way of returning that fountain. All right, we're going to put this on the bottom. We don't need any more lands. This will be on the top. We'll at least draw or discard, and that way we can get back up to 12. And hopefully this Devotee eats another lightning bolt. It's online already, yeah. See, Clockwork Fox. Yeah, we played that. Wait, did we? No, I don't. Is that a new one? That one doesn't ring a bell to me. All right, grab the prize. Showing up. We're taking 2 more. Faithless Looting goes in the yard. And do they got more removal? That Voldaren Epicures hit us for about 4. Counting correctly. Speaking of counting, I should probably write this down. RDW. I'm actually kind of happy to see RDW so that the game's not going to go super, super long. Kind of dread sometimes playing these super mid-rangey lists like this. Nope. We'll do that. Okay, they've got 1. We're going to eat that up. Hopefully it's a really good spell. Maybe like another Castigate or something like that. But regardless, I am going to have to drop. First, we'll do this. See what we get. Go up to 7 here. Come on, be something good. Not a land. Yeah, Gutter Snipe. That's good. Especially since we don't have really any ways of gaining life here. All right, let's do this and this. We're going to draw a card. Oh, boy. More crappy land. I'm going to attack here. I will block with the Familiar on that Epicure at this stage, but got to get the train going a little bit here. Frustrating with this many lands. We did have a very heavy land draw, and I was a little bit out of sequence, although we would be at 6 life if I hadn't done the other thing. Maybe even less. I used that 1 bolt for that, so I'm going to really respect our last few bits of life here because we're kind of out of the... Unless we get a Skyfisher, which we do have 4 of. There's the Gutter Snipe. Don't like that at all. Good timing here. Kills the Gutter Snipe. Z Germans. 2 swamps. Let's get up to the bridge count up here. And attack for 1. Come on, come on. Skyfisher, where you at? Even Omen of the Dead be good. Start drawing into some more Skyfishers. Oh, yeah. It's so tough to say no to Gutter Snipe. I mean, you don't want to see it as their opponent, but I'm going to attack, and I am going to Ephemerate immediately here, just so we can look into the future for our cards. I mean, I guess I could wait till maybe they want to do some other things. It's not like we're going to be drawing, so let me do that. Maybe I'll eat something that has haste or something. Once they play Raging Goblin or something. All right, they are discarding probably a land here. Yep. Scary, 7 to 17. Seems like we have the advantage to our opponent, but we all know I'm just holding a den and kind of nothing, but we can at least look into the future with the Devotee trick. I will double do it. Really lets us look into the future. Dig this artwork. Almost seems like it's a little washed out, the skin tone in the background. Like it needs a tiny drop shadow or some way to pull it from the background. Highway robbery showing up. All right, well, we're doing the thing here. Especially now that we're out of the woods. Unless they want to Pyroblast. Scry 2. All right, Synthesizer's interesting. I'm going to say bottom. This does represent a draw, so I'll put it on top. We'll we'll do the thing again, which is kind of weird, but maybe we'll find Skyfisher so we can get that fountain online. I think it might be worth it for that reason. And if you ever see Ephemerate hiding from you like this, oh, sometimes it'll pop up, but you got to open up this little window here and do the thing. All right, so let's see what we can see. I'll say no to the bridge bottom. I'll say top. And drawing the thing, I'll do this in case we draw land. And even if we do, I'm not going to play it. I'm going to flip that over immediately. Oh, I like that a lot, especially since they're hellbent. I mean, they're going to be hellbent. This is, please be a good spell that we have gotten rid of. Lightning bolt, very cool. Red boom boom. Turn this on. Please be a Skyfisher. It is not. But we shall still play it and draw some cards here. Actually, cancel that. I'm going to play the last land here. I'm going to play this out. Do the thing. We're trying. We're trying. And I do believe we're going to keep up the bridge here. I'm just going to draw right now. I've already got 2 familiars in the yard, 1 on board. So, all right. Can't attack worth a darn. Well, we got him on about a 3-turn clock here. I was hoping for sort of a Gal Blast there. So we've got a little bit of defense for another, maybe a Gutter Snipe showing up or whatnot. But Highway Robbery. Okay. Yeah, that new black staff coming out. That's going to be like, I think that's going to represent what the Blackfell Raven was supposed to do, right? Where it's just every spell gets that little 1+ bonus better. Down to 5. Lost another looting. Come on, Skyfisher, please. 1 Radiant Fountain's kind of our only life out here. This is scary. They're pointing that to our face. All right. Oh boy. Not what we want to see here. This does not bode well. I'm just going to attack. We do have Vigilance, so I don't have to worry too much about these things. Would have been really nice. We're almost halfway through our list. We haven't seen a single Skyfisher or Omen. So kind of turn things on here. That's Red's way, though, right? Is this a Kessig? Oh, another grab the prize, and we're dead. All right, well, we almost hung on there. Obviously, yeah, I think that's going to do wonders in Blackburn, Rakdos Burn. Heck, maybe even Real Burn. Whack. Almost felt like we got there. What were we going to get next turn? An Ephemerate and a little undesirable. All right, we'll bring in the Dawnbringer Clerics. Don't need these. Not too worried about these. I think that's all I'm going to do. Thraben Charm could probably go. Of course, we have seen quite a few creatures we want to get rid of, so I think I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to lose a synth. And we do have those. We do have the cast down and those. Let me try. Oh yeah, snackers. That's a good point. Until we see them, though, I'm not going to respect them. I'll get rid of 1 Inspector. Let's go. See how this runs back. Yeah, it definitely felt like that was our game had we had maybe 3 or 4 more life, but that's what happens. All right, here we go. 1 land. Not good. We have 20 total. Gonna mulligan. All right, a lot of land here. Not much to do with much of it. We do have an Omen. This is really awkward, but I'm going to keep it. Should I? Yeah. Bit in-gamey. Put back at basics. It's done. Yeah, I guess we'll lead off with Drossforge, just because we've got a preponderance of red spells that matter about that if we do get our bridge online here. Snacker's not going to be too big of a deal with Kor Skyfishers. It's going to eat up about 12 of their direct damage, in theory. I think I'll let this one hit us for 2 total. There we go. That's what's supposed to happen, right? just in case they've got artifact destruction. Let's do this to this to this. I think given this, we're going to go grab red. Mountain, please, as we draw the Elementalist. Okay, not ideal. We kind of have an old endgame hand here. Skyfisher Omen engine's already online with Ardent Elementalist, and it's like in our graveyard has Cleansing Wildfire. It's like a whole lot of nothing. Let's say no to that. Be cool if we could fetch Radiant Fountain, but we can't. Already have trouble staying awake. Oh, no problem, Mind Stab Throw. We shall see you next week, my friend, with Final Fantasy goodness. Woo! All right. Inspector. Let's bring him out. And let me do this, and I'll bring back the Inspector. Kind of egging on removal now that we've got Omen online. Night Stab. Yeah, so hadohado was the name of the online player that had this list. And like I said, it was weeks ago. And just things got in the way, and I had other stuff to show. And then I was like, hey, it's about time. Let's do it. The bleeding has ended. Okay, good times. All right. Well, we've got a Packbeast. Bit of ways from doing that, though, aren't we? You know what? I'm going to favor the Ancient Den. He's got some sort of artifact removal. 1, 2, 3. I guess we could bring out the Packbeast. No, that costs 4, right? Yeah, can't do that. Attack. I'll probably just be tripping a clue here. Yeah, I'm going to just trip the clue at the EOT so we've got access to Omen if they start burning stuff up. All right, we need some removal now. Faux show. Here we go. Get rid of one of these clue tokens. Boop. Come on. All right. Interesting. I'll play the Synthesizer before land, just in case we top deck something of relevance. Let's see. Lavatar in the yard. Cast down. That's good times. All right, so I'll play the land this turn. I'll go black, white. Kill you know who. I'm going to do this right now. Cool. And I'll attack. Bringing it up. All right. Another land for our opponent. This is another Flamebreaker. Dang it. Okay, well, we can Elementalist back the cast down. That's pretty good times. That's what we'll have to do here. Or we could just chill out and wait. Let's do that instead, huh? Kill that. Let's start bringing out these bad boys. I mean, you don't want to pay for them outside of just loss of tempo. So I think that was a good pull there. 2 Synthesizers, one of those, like that. Again, we had kind of a late game draw there. We didn't find any of our life game, but we had them on the defensive early on. So hopefully we just draw decent here. Keep on moving. One of the older avatars here. I think from the very first set, actually. Well, excuse me. We found our fountain, but that's about it. So I'm going to mulligan this. Yuck. Double mulligan to start the third game. That might be a good call, Dreamer Stango. I'm going to mulligan there. However, though, the inevitability of this list, I'm going to keep this just because we've got the Devotee to look into the future. We do have a pretty low creature cost here, but I'm going to get rid of the Packbeast. I like the Ephemerate with this. I'm going to get rid of Skyfisher here. Done. Really got to rely on this and Ephemerate to find our land and get things right. So hopefully they don't kill it straight away. Boom. Alrighty. Let's see what we can see. The Devotee. Alright. I'll say, bottom. Top. Here we go. Yeah, I don't want to really throw caution into the wind regarding the deck's mainstay of, kind of cresting that wave and then have that inevitable sort of vibe to it and that recursion and things like that. So, oh, well, I know what happened there. I don't think that was a rage quit. I think that was where the hell is my land? I've got a good hand, and now I'm screwed. All right, off to game 2. Here we go. Yeah, I'm foregoing coffee this morning because of my stomach rumblings, so I didn't want to add fuel to the fire, right? Woo! Okay. So yeah, this Packbeast is pretty sweet. More of a weenie strategy. It can feel a little clogged, so I do like just the 2 of them here. We'll say yes. All right, same sort of thing. I've got double Devotee, so I'm going to keep this hand. It's because I can look into the future quite a few times, actually. And with 20, we should be all right. Did I accidentally click on the camel? Here we go. Let's see what we're going to get. Hey, these are all good. Top, probably. Yeah, let's do that. Top. That's what you want to see. I don't think it's sweet, more like salty. Thanks again to Chimpskey for these lands. Love this Rebecca Guay art. Good times. All right, so we're up against another style of list. Woo. Is this a High Tide? Used to always see Ponder and Preordain, and it would be one of like 12 decks anymore. That's not the case. Bridge going down. Bring out the Inspector and attack. Packbeast getting cheaper and cheaper. We'll get that Goldmire Bridge online. Hopefully it'll work. We are facing off against double island here, so not quite sure what the... All right, probably some sort of a graveyard blue serpent variant, right? Had one of my better days at pickleball yesterday. I was really nursing my knee and kind of playing very slow and steady, which is always the best way to play. Just everything was just a razor thin over the net, and just had a really, really good outing. I'm developing a few new shots that are just doing whatever I want them to all the time, so I'm pretty happy about that. All right, let's get this. We've got double white. Let's get double red. Spell Pierce. That ain't any fun. All right. Say nope. I was afraid of that. Nope. Let's attack. Guess we can look into the future still. Bring this out. Devotee time. All right, we're going to want that. Kind of want both of these, right? 1, 2, 3. So that'll cost 2 and a red. Can't do that either. I'm thinking I want to get rid of that graveyard even more than the other one, but I'm going to say top. Let's go. Make sure we hit our land here. I could play the land, crack the clue, and then get rid of their graveyard. This is what I think it is, unless this is like a really old school blue Fey list, but I think we're going to see a Serpent or 3 here. Got plenty of blockers for the first few turns. There's some more food for the fire. Now, is this mono-colored? It is. Okay. 4 in the yard. 5, 6. Yep, there's a Terra there. Just don't play one now. Do have Ephemerate for the first. No big fatty. No big fatty. All right. We shall accept that. All right. Now, if you remember the stack, we've got this and this. Let's pull this off. We'll attack first. Play the Packbeast next turn. Get rid of the graveyard here. Yusa. All right. It is a goofy sport the way it's named that. Apparently the guy that invented pickleball back in like the 40s or something had a dog named Pickles, and that's what they called it. Because the kids were bored and they had either a squash or a tennis court, and they didn't have any equipment, and so they made the kids go, or I think the kids challenged the adults to come up with a game that kind of did a hybridization of the two, and so that's where it was That's where it was born, out near Puget Sound in the Seattle area. Target player loses threshold. The cards are still there. They just lose threshold. Any card that says that. That'd be pretty funny. Packbeast. Cost that. Let's see if we can get him to bite on this, maybe. I don't... That's weird. I'm going to attack here. I think I'm going to ephemerate. I guess we'll just Packbeast here. 1, 2, 3... Bring out the Packbeast. See if that's worthy of a counterspell. Oh, already at 11. I don't know when that happened. Counterspell. All right. We'll wait. And now we will shoot. Boop. Not much firepower here. Might want to even trip that Inspector before anything else. At least our mana's right. All right, double island showing up. Not good. You'd like to see double serpent showing up. It's big blue. Anybody out there with with your Final Fantasy ideas and stuff? Good week to send in your lists with any of the new cards to propaganda@gmail.com. Still haven't really decided what I'm going to be playing. Should be pretty cool. Big old mean terror. The one, oh boy. Oboe. It almost looks like Obi-Wan Kenobi. I was looking, somebody had a Pride Month shirt on at the store, and I looked at their shirt, and all I saw was the word demon. And I was like, why am I saying that? Thinking it, but there is, the word demon does hide right in between. And it wasn't made to look that way. It's just my eye just saw demon. That was a trip. All right, I'm going to do this straight away. Let's see what we're going to see. I don't think this is worthy of a counterspell. Okay. It's one way of losing tempo. Here we go, attack. What are we playing? Mackenzie. We're playing Mardu by a player named Hadohado. If he does anything EOT or on their turn, I think I'll trip that Devotee just to see what we're going to draw next. Let's go. All right, don't like this. Skyfisher. It's better than a lot. Say bottom to the plane. I guess I do top to the Skyfisher. Alrighty. Yeah, it's such a good card. Cast into fire. Cryptic Serpent showing up. Another Cryptic Serpent. That's going to get ugly quick. Well, we're not attacking. We know it's coming, so I think I'm going to ephemerate the Thraben Inspector here. And generate a little bit of card draw. Boop, boop. Cool, cool. Okay, there's that. Gonna really want to preserve our white mana, so let's do this, if it works. Cool. Oh yeah. Let's see what we're gonna draw when we do draw it. Bring out the Mardu. Quality of draw. Cast down's pretty good. We'll say bottom here, top. And chill out. I think I'll kill one of those. Can't be taking 12 a turn. That's pretty steep. White bordered boomerang. Why? There are black borders out there. It's not expensive. They have forsaken the colored pie chart. I'm so pleased. When I went to the doctor, it just took hours in the waiting room. And one good thing about a wife that's a stenographer is she has the best of the best, like throughout her career, whenever somebody's like amazing. So like the people that work on like Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant's knees and stuff, that's who saw me. So it was pretty cool. But to get in there just took like, it was weird. You had to be there like 30 minutes before your appointment, and then it could be like up to 2 hours after your appointment before they saw you, and then you're in and out like that. That's only the one time you got to do that. So that was a little frustrating, but it is neat that the doctor said, I told him what I was doing. He's like, that's absolutely perfect. He thought I had heard it before because I knew exactly what to do, but that was just my hunch. A lot of red light therapy and cold compress and stuff like that. So I think that's why about the last, 48 hours almost feels brand new in my knee. So, this is going to get really, really close, especially if they have a counter. Do I risk doing the other thing? I think it's more important to play the cast down. But if I play the Skyfisher first and they have a hard counter spell, and we can kill. But if I do that, where you can also get spell snared or whatever it's called. Let me do this. I'll kill off one of these big boys. Bum, bum, bum. Okay. Yeah, I just want to see where I stand if I play this first. It's a hard counter. Interesting. Get him to 6. Yeah, I could top deck a Gal Blast. We don't have enough things to really do it here, so we'll just take the 6 and see who wins in top deck mode. We can crack our clue, but there goes our plan for the other thing. But we've got blockers for quite a bit of the time, in theory. So this is going to be close. This is going to be really close. Nail biter. Woo! No big fatty on the ground, please. Opponent using boomerang to its maximum. Please flash it back. 6. Well, I've already seen 2 boomerang. I'm not sure what the standard lists are playing. I wouldn't imagine they would go more than 3. But, now we're stuck not blocking at all. Here we are. Something good, please. That's pretty good. This could have cost 2, right? Yeah, I thought so. Let's do this. I'm going to lose the 1 card. I have to double block and hope. Be a serpent for that move. All right, darn it, it isn't. Only going to have 1 artifact here. All right. Bye-bye, humans. Good news is we can Novice Inspect, clip, boom, maybe find a Gal Blast. That will get us to Metalcraft. Not if we trip it, though. It's anyone's game right now. Pretty cool. This deck has so many little dorks. I'm surprised that we're hurting here. Those boomerang tricks have been pretty nice, though. Here they come. Incoming. Yeah, the art's not that bad. It's just the framework, right? All right, 1 and 1. Our men have done their stuff. Time to send them to the grave. Still don't know why blue players don't throw some sort of shimmering wings, something that just keeps coming back, you know? I think it's shimmering wings. All right, last counterspell's out. I've got about, 4 or 5 different artworks of boomerang. Not what I wanted to see. We'll keep that as a mystery card. Let's play this. Alrighty. Oh, this is rough. Yeah, let's play this just so we have red and this available. Because if we draw a creature, I'm going to need to do it. So creature, trip this. Come on, Not that. Oh, man, come on. 1, 2. If I play it, 3, can't do anything. We're just dead here. May have to double block. Yeah, even a Galblast rip off the top isn't going to do it for us here. Of course, we're going to see a lot more of their list here. Okay. Yeah, definitely dead. Put an L there, but that's what happened last game. And then we ended up winning that one. They might be like, oh crap, what's he planning? You know, and only come over with 1. There's this like a 2% chance that we might be able to pull this off. Never mind, we're dead. I'm not going to let that mystery card make them think like, oh, like maybe he had it. Getting a little worried there. Castigate I like here. Obviously Pyroblast going to be coming in. I think we're going to do without these Packbeasts. I'm going to have a lot of little dudes out and they're going to be blocking, so it's going to be hard to kind of get that out. Relic, obviously. Don't want to overboard here. Got the charm, got the relics. Omen of the Dead's really going to shine. I want to keep my little dudes here. I think I'll go down to 3 of those. 1 less here. Yeah, Confession's interesting. I'm going to lose my synths here. And maybe... I think I'm going to keep it like this. Let's go. I was thinking of swapping out a cast down with that, but... Hey, our land is decent. Yeah, we'll be keeping this. Could get away from us here. We've got early removal with the charm here. Oh, that's true, huh, Chimpskey? Yeah, I go back and forth on that all the time. Well, now, let's see here. That's already there. Let's just bring this out and pass the turn up. So I can discard, do the thing. Boom. I think just being a new deck, seeing what's supposed to be in there, I'm like trying to play like the person. That's my best excuse. I'll probably be blocking with that familiar. Right. Here we are. Okay. 1, 2, that's going to cost that to that. Let's bring this out, see what happens. That's preposterous for 1 mana. It cost him a card regardless. There's one of them. Okay. Now, do I want to kill the thing? Trade with the Skyfisher. Yeah, I think I'm going to do the Skyfisher dance here. Not the greatest value, but just don't want to get chewed apart here too long. I will offer up a trade, unless they boomerang it. Here goes the brainstorm. I still haven't messed around with the Mardu Devotee in Brute Squad. I mean, it's a little bit off color. I do play just about every color when I include the sideboard now, but bit of a go with the flow here. All right, sucker, let's do it. Block. Big loss of tempo there, but as long as we stay away from shenanigans of the spell persuasion or non-creature persuasion, I think we'll be all right. There's another. Okay. Playing like I have Omen here. I do not. Hey, that's pretty cool. Don't know if that's worth a Delver, though. Let's play this. Play the Inspector. Bring that about. And I'll bring out a Skyfisher. Yeah, I think you're right, I'll probably save that. Double Rustvale feels pretty good here. Return the permanent. Try to keep getting value out of these clue tokens. I'll be trading with these Delvers all day long. Feels like they're going to turn the corner faster than we are. Just feel like I want to get rid of the graveyard, sit back on Pyroblast, get a relic out, and then I'll feel safe. But it's quite a few things that have to happen. Lorien revealed. All right. This will be another trade unless they want to play Boomerang Fun. Really want to keep my life total at an odd number. Well, that's incorrect. At a non-divisible by 5 number, like dominoes, right? All right. We'll save our removal for you, big boys. Let's go, fatty. No serpents. Come on. You already know we have a vault. I think they would have played a serpent had they had it. Oh, I guess I was wrong. Okay. All right. Well, we have this. Yeah, I could try to kill that right now. Let me do that while I got an opening here. I'll do this to here, paying this. Of course, their little spell snare could still work here. Yep. Cool. Inspector. Hopefully we can Thraben Charm their yard next turn. I don't know. I think at this stage they would have probably... Well, let's see. They've only got 2, 3, 4, 5 spells. That's plenty. All right, good. No EOT stuff. Really crucial sequence here. These next 2 turns. Theirs and ours. Oh, there's another bad boy. Darn it. Oh, boy. They draw into 2 of them or just slow roll us here? Jesus. Let's get grim real quick. Yeah, this is frustrating, huh? Let me trip one of these tokens first. See what we're going to get. Of course, they have to be terrors. Gosh, I'll be at 7 if that goes down. Skyfish is not really going to do much of anything here. Do I just eat the yard here? I've got 1 card in their hand. I'm going to have to block. I think I wait till their upkeep in case they've got some last minute thing here and then I can go now. Let's see if this works. Okay, we've got that going for us. Good lordy. So I could go to 7 and then hope they don't have any boomerang or counter magic, and then I could double block, do the thing, and then what, go to 2? I think I've just got to let this be a speed bump and keep our life total up. Yeah, that was kind of the plan there, Dreamer Stingo. Have our up against double island people. Always do stuff on their upkeep if you can. And reset the hand. Jeez, oh, peas. This isn't looking good here, people. Right. Yeah, not good at all. Let me do this and this. Draw and see what we get. There's a land. Jeez, oh. No synergy at all with this. More lands. Bring back a vault. Guess we just hope we're alive next turn. They just refilled their hand with Lorien Revealed, so our chances are probably like less than 10% pulling this off, and that's being very generous. Just have to take it here. That's funny you say that, Dreamer Stingo being blue being I have historically, no matter what deck I'm playing, I usually do very good against this style of list. That's not going to help us though. Yep. Nothing to bring back, nothing to do. All right, we lose our first game. That's fine. Yeah, normally that's what I thought this list would be able to do too, is just be able to get enough stuff in the middle, but very well timed boomerangs and counter magic, and a little bit of screw here and there, so or just clunky draws. No, we did have a mulligan at 2 or 3 in one of those, so no big deal. Don't worry about my cough. It's definitely on the way out. It's only when I talk a lot I get phlegmy, and then I've got to kind of clear it. So, and I warned everybody last week, if I'm still coughing, tell me about it, but definitely on the mend. So, green bean sushi roll. I feel the same. Keep this one. Lead off with Mardu, hopefully finding something of the red persuasion. Go from there. Speaking of red, our opponent's on it. Pow. Hey, that's cool. Let's rock with this and this. Bring this out. Got at least a turn 2 familiar here. Drossforge, I like that a lot. I'll say bottom. I don't really need that now. Let's go. Oh, interesting. Is this a Kiln Fiend variant? Like Nivix Cyclops, old school. Let's see, is it all that much? Preordain. ESO's in the house. Good to have you with us. Hoplite. Uh-oh, this is going to get wide and big. Is this the one that goes wide? Oh, it's the one that goes tall. That's all right. Cool. Let's get rid of some of their ammo, maybe, eh? I think I'm going to slow roll this. We'll bring out the bridge. Just chill. This way I can vault next turn, double familiar, and then we could just start rinse repeating in theory. Don't know, that hoplite can get awfully large. I was just thinking of brewing with this again. What's the other one? The Crusader, Acronian Crusader, the one that gets like makes 1/1 red hasted tokens. It's pretty sweet. Yep, they got a trick for us. Down it goes. Maybe it is. Yeah, the Acron Crusader is pretty sweet tech with like Kiln Fiend style list, because you can get away with, you know, the edict stuffs. Has a built-in edict engine defense. Oh, right. This is pretty cool, actually. Let's do this. Bring out this. Make them lose good stuff. Do it again. And then we'll bring out the Inspector too. Just like that. It's a mini Turok. Woo! I was right. This is some weird build, huh? They're running Spellstutter Sprite? Okay, I was like, what is going on here? One card, not too worried here. With Omen active, I will block. Packbeast feels kind of forced. It's like, hey, look. It's another thing to do. I just might want to even go to 1. Any tricks? Doing what they hate, which is just getting in the way early and often. Double strike. Crunch. All right, here we go, here we go. Synthesizer. Problem with the synth move here. No, I want to make him, I want to Omen here. Make sure I hit. Okay. Bring it back. Blop. What's the mystery card? Don't be a land. Dispel. All right, cool. Well, I can't do too much of that with here. Do I just sit back and do nothing? I think I do. I'm going to wait. A lot of little combat tricks and stuff. Kiln Fiend showing up. That's bad news. The Scalding Slap of Chaos. That was kind of creepy. I see Mountain Island and call Eye Candy. I mean, it doesn't make too much sense. Oh, do we take out their island instead here? That might be intriguing. I think I want to do that. What do y'all say? Right now I'm going to play Disciplined. We'll go like this. Take this. I'll go get red this time. Yeah, good call. It's not like don't know how many of those are technically gone, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. A little clunky here. We need a lot of red, and we got it next turn, so we'll just chill. Red was fighting us with that early synthesizer. Yeah, usually they're going to run about 4 islands in that style. Shadow Rift showing up. This deck can go Nova really quick. All right, there we go. Okay, that Kiln Fiends. This is why everybody, I know they kind of tease me sometimes about, actually, it's never happened. In my mind, I think people do it, but Apostle's Blessing is so good in these style lists. You want to protect it, and, all black creatures, pro black, you know. It's just the ultimate card for these style lists. It's why I know it might come across as lazy sometimes, but it's just an auto include, in my opinion, on these things. So all respect for the Fiend. I'm not even messing about. I'm not going to play the land yet till we do this. Just goes in every deck, and I love it. I'll play this. Got a blocker again. Play this. I'll sacrifice that Clue Tile. I'm going to attack with one of these now. Feels like we've rounded the corner. I'm going to crack that Clue. I can bring out that Packbeast, which is going to really represent a nice little roadblock. Just always have the option with Apostle's Blessing. I just love that card. Anybody can play it. All right, what do you got? Okay, so there's that. I think we just let this through. Let's see what we're going to get. I'm talking too much. Devotee. I can double block with those guys. I'll take the 2. I'll never regret this. We'll see. Sundu. Sundu, so can you. 1, 2, 3. Crack. Show me something good to eat. Cool. Let's just do it now, right? This, please. Blacken this. Pow. Samurai. Hi. CBD. 3 and 2. 1 gets you. Let's see what we're going to get. All right. Good times for all. Let's do top. Never what your opponent wants to see. Attack. Yeah. The inspector has a map to the hideout. Hurry, Jeeves. What people always called it eye candy. Never really rang true to my moniker sense, so I always called it "You Are Blitz" or "Is it Blitz?" Seems a little bit more accurate. One creature. All right, this is where we want to be here. Let's bring back the Omen. I could bring this back here, but we'll do a bunch of that stuff, right? Alrighty, attacking. Vigilance. Such a bane for these styles. Cool. Rock on. All right, we'll do the thing. Bring back Skyfisher. Bring back Omen. Play the Packbeast. Pow. There it is. We knew we were going to draw that, though. That's why the sequencing. Yeehaw. Feels pretty good. I'm going to write the W. Yep, there it is. All right. A lot of ones and suchity such. Little late for Elementalist. I think it's going to be a little long in the tooth for this matchup. I'm going to lean a little less on those two. Thraben Charm. Technically, I guess we could take something out with that. A lot of blocks early. I think you can get rid of one Ephemerate. One synth. This has opened up these. There's quite a few tokens happening about here. I feel like I want to do Castigate. Let's bring in 3 Pyros and a Castigate. Not sure if this is... Let's see. Just because we did see We Free Dragonauts, which suggests they're playing Nivix too. And probably the Festivity Crasher, whatever that guy's name is. Like this. Cool, we can go find a swamp. Lead off with Bridge. Wait. Let's keep this hand. Yeah, Curse Marauder, that's actually, I was thinking, I wanted to play this list as is, but I'm going to write that on the what did we learn? I think that's an upgrade named Chimpskey. I was on the same thought, but I'm going to give you credit. I was going to mention it end of show, but glad you concur. All right, let's bring out the bridge. I was playing Modern Horizons 3 draft with my son. We opened up 6 packs each, and courtesy of RAW Hobby Games, and we're having a good old time doing that. And he had this amazing Ugden sort of. It was crazy how fast it came out. It was like turn 4, he had like an Annihilator 7/7 or something, and something else, and the Curse Marauder and Ephemerate, or it was some nasty combo, and I was able to I just kept nibbling him with little Dumbo cards. It's pretty funny. All right, let me bring these out while we can. We'll just shun all. Yep, we want to use the ability. Usually they don't have any of the counterspell shenanigans. Double checking. Yeah, here we go. All right, Mardu has been achieved. Take that, Tron. Magic Infantry. I know the cards aren't available on the thing there, but can you copy paste maybe the text from the cards there? Glad we brought in Pyroblast. Looks like they're kind of sitting heavy on that. 3 gets us this. Sure, let me bring out Familiar. What are we going to be getting rid of here? Shadow Rift. Devotee. Somebody's F6'd. Wow. Top. Very good against this style. Novice Inspector to just kind of rub it in some more. Robot Soldier. I remember seeing that, yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like, what's that? What are those little black creatures called that, I know Cooper the Red played it like 4 years ago. They're like these little shadow creatures, that same sort of thing. You can just keep going and getting them out of your deck and putting them into play. Oh, all right. Cool. All right. I'm very happy my stomach is not acting up. If you missed the top of the show, I was like, ooh, am I going to miss the show? My stomach was grumbling all over the place. So, Whisper Squad, that's the one. Here we go. Round 4 immediately. You know, I was thinking, like, God, at the 1 hour mark, I'll probably only be one game in. Now we're on game 4. Yeah, baby. Everything's looking good and slow. We'll keep slow and inevitable. K2 Dream. I wonder if they're a mountain climber. Kilimanjaro's nickname is K2, if I believe, if I'm remembering correctly. Get red online immediately. Yeah, same with like the Conquistadors, when Squadron Hawk was the only one that did that, and then that came out. There was like a weekend where everybody was trying that out. Pretty funny. All right. You know what? I'm just going to get rid of this immediately. Crack. Boom. Here we go. No life gain shenanigans for you. All about tempo, baby. Who knows? Maybe you got a Skyfisher here, and that was your goal. All right, here we go. Let me do this way. Cool. So this just looks like white weenie. Interesting. All right. Let's see what we have here. This is very good. Yeah, this is crazy good. I think I'd rather see this later. Put this on top. Maybe save the Galvanic Blast for their bigger flyers. Could be a little bit of a clogged game here. We don't really have any wipes. So white weenie might be really hard for this list to kind of push through. There's the lady in question. I'll be blasting that almost immediately. Get. Keep these airways open before a prismatic shows up and stuff. I did not know that trick worked. I thought that the I guess it's like that 2/2 with vigilance back in the day that turns into the 2/1 black, and you return it and then you can keep replaying it. I guess it must work that same way there. Here we go. Let's keep getting some cards going down. Skyfisher's up next. We'll do the thing again. Let's attack. Pow. Eagles of the North and Cyber. Yeah, so I'm a little worried about this matchup. Just we have a lot of spot removal and not many like board wipes or like a Clark Kent Shaman, that sort of thing. Loyal Cathar, that's the one I was thinking of. Thank you, Chimpskey. Right, interesting scenario. Journey to Nowhere. Not sure if that's worthy of their stuff, but we'll give it a go. Let's attack. Doing the thing. Skyfisher. Very obvious here. Bring this back. Play it again. Good times. Play the land. 3-turn clock if they don't improve here. They just don't have any flyers in their hand. Took care of them, I guess. Famous last words. Raffine, don't be a prismatic strand. I don't want this to prolong. Didn't see that card coming. When I saw Raffine's Informant, I was like, that's a good card, but I don't think it'll see play. Now it seems to be kind of a mainstay in White Weenie. You're totally righty. So that's what I was thinking exactly. Loyal Cathar used to be everywhere. Now I feel like guilty for not being able to like remember its name even. This is a good board. I mean, an Anthem effect, they're right back in it, and this darn life gaining is getting irritating. That's why I wanted to take out the first veteran, but they are hellbent now. Theoretically, I could just keep attacking with Refurbished Familiar and sit back. This isn't going to do anything by revealing it. Yeah, I'm just going to attack in the air here. I think that's the smartest move. Hopefully they just draw a land and whiff. One more creature, though, and it's like we're only hitting for 2 a turn if they keep dropping a creature each turn. Like I said, inevitability's on their side with that ability to build up. They're probably a little worried of overextending. Little do they know we don't have any of those abilities, so wiper. This is a really good example of a list I wanted to play as is. But we're already seeing a lot of little tiny flaws. No offense to the creator hadohado. But yeah, Curse Marauders, definite upgrade, especially when you factor in Ephemerate and things like that, and being able to get it back with Omen. And then definitely some sort of wipe ability, probably Clark Kent Shaman. I mean, don't want to get too exotic. Okay, well, this is interesting. Let's do this for another red. Hopefully we draw something good. Red. Omen's very good. Huh. We'll go here, get in for 12, or 12. I mean, they are at 12. Boy, you got to be very careful with any sort of AI stuff with Magic. I've still, as good as it's getting, it is atrocious at making Magic cards or Magic decks, or no matter which one I've used. I've used the Grok, I've used Claude, I've used ChatGTP, and every time it's an abomination. And I'll sit there and badmouth the AI, and then it's like, oh, you're right, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's a rare, and it's like, what on earth are you just trying to sneak this by? All right, we got White Weenie. Nice varied deck today. We got red deck wins, beat us. Big blue beat us. We beat you, our Blitz. Now we're up against White Weenie. Yeah, it's going to be cool. About a year or two, it'll probably be about that way, and then maybe that'll be the end of propaganda, right? Just like make me a creative deck list that looks like this, or is this way? Who knows? More creatures. Rather just get this out. We'll just attack here. Tempted to run at him with everything if this guy wasn't there. Get that Devotee in the yard and then Omen it back. But right now, if they draw dead here, feels like we're in a pretty good position. Yikes. Here comes some air power and a lot of life. Dang it. All right, so Omen of the Dead's really good here. Got to really respect the Alpha Strike ability here. Yeah, I think it was around 2008. I was big on this style. Just called it White Life. I had Soul Sisters and this and just destroyed. I even used that 2/1 Hawk that can't attack with some other stipulation. All right, so let's do this. Hopefully this is the Anthem. Anthem. No, Bugler. It's still pretty good. We'll attack with these guys, hoping for a block. Yeah, there's a lot of inevitability in like the Soul Sisters build if you build it right. Meaning like if you can get their toughness up to like 3, like, you know, multiple Lumathread fields or soldiers that do the thing. Pretty cool. Okay. All right, I'm going to play this out of respect for an Alpha Strike. We will be blocking a lot. Yeah, there's inevitability in those unicorns, that's for sure. I've always liked the alpha strike mentality, though. All right, we'll take this dude out. We'll take one of these dudes out. And hopefully we're alive. Did he top deck the Anthem? Because they were hellbent. Oh my god, they did. That's crazy. That's a lot of damage. Are we just dead here? Did our Radiant Fountain keep us alive? Yusa. We'll net us a few cards. Oh boy. This is weird. Creature. Might be a good idea to trip that. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Bring out the Packbeast. No Wildfire. Of course, it really doesn't do me any good here to hold on to this right now. Oh boy, can we even survive here? We kill one thing. Let's say that's gone. We block 3 flyers, take 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we can live. Wildfire here. Guess we'll go get another mountain at this stage. It's kind of what we need. Even though we've only got, what, 2 blasts left? Well, there's another one of those. That's pretty cool, right? I could draw another card. That does represent I guess taking down the creature of our choice or killing a familiar. I guess it's all relative, right? Yeah, let's draw another card. I think this is a better play, especially if we get a Galblast here. Cast down's just, I mean... Alright, oh, there's that. Whole lot of dead couches are going to be in our graveyard. Can't believe they top decked the pledge. That was pretty epic, especially after just throwing the couch at them, right? For some reason, refurbished always means like refurbishing a couch or like, you know, old furniture and stuff. So if you're wondering, new to the show, I always have called that the flying couch. Not one of my best pieces of exaggerations. Up there, almost right under the category of dad joke, gone wrong. Yeah, Pestilence may be a good call too. I'm going to really favor taking out the flying trash here. Around the card. What do they have? Charge. That's respectable. If I block like I want to, we're alive, right? We're at 3. All their flyers are dead. Of course, most of ours are too. Charge? Said no one ever. No! Stop messing with me. Okay. Skyfisher would be really good. Bring back... that'd be tough. That'd be a really... what do you call not determination, discipline. Like, do you bring back the Radiant Fountain for the quick fix or this for the inevitability and the blocking? And well, this helps, huh? Look at this. Maybe make him alpha strike into the wrong area. That's pretty... Who would have thought that I have this, right? I'll take your Guardian's Pledge and pretend I've got the extra oomph on you, right? Let's chill out. I do believe we could even trip the Omen if we need to, but it's almost never a good move to do that. Aha. Okay, so we're going to kill this guy. This guy. Big guy. Gonna kill this guy. He's like, are you kidding me? Gonna kill this guy. Triple cast down. Never done that on the show or in real life. Oh, yeah, that's a big flex right there. Let's go as I click through the attack phase. Of course, we're going to have 2 flyers coming at us, so we've got to find an answer for this right now. Which might be worthy of cracking that Omen instead of going into top deck mode, you know what I mean? Ouch. Didn't see that coming. Now both our things are dead. Well, one of theirs dies. What are the outs here? I think we have to crack this now. I got to favor our outs here. Let's see what we're going to get. That's pretty good. So that will die. He doesn't have enough mana to bring it back. This will be gone. Top. Bring back the Radiant Fountain. And we can't be killed. Yeah. Replay. Sucker. I live. Our graveyard is just decimated. The only way out of it is Omen, and we had to use it to stay alive. These are the kind of games I was expecting this deck would do. It's these super slog, you know, that's why I was just like, oh my God, of all days to have an upset stomach, I was like, I'm going to be playing this till like 2 in the afternoon, but it doesn't look that way because the last round is next. We know what we're up against. Here we go. Keep that a little secret. Man, they're at 14. Woo! They did see us crack Omen and keep top, so this isn't much of a bluff. This is funny. I think I gotta get rid of that, and then we'll keep our Skyfisher alive. As we take 2. This is when mono white draws a plane. I've been there for centuries. Ah, who is this that doesn't draw a plane? So much fuel with these tokens. All right, it's not bad. Let's see what we're gonna see. Most of our land's gone. Nah, that's a lie. Cool. Say top. I guess that represents a blocker. Yeah, top. They're like, quit doing top. Drawing. I want to get that Radiant Fountain going again. God, I wish I didn't have to trip Omen. Maybe I didn't. We did go top. Of course, had they been land, then that would have been a great move, right? Kind of definitely afraid of another Thraben Charm. They should just call this Thraben. We get to about the 12-minute mark. I might consider conceding here just so I have enough time to beat them. This life gain stuff's getting... you might be right there. Yeah, I think you're correct there, Chimpskey, given my mana state. Yeah. Yep, that was a punt. Good call. Thank you for catching that. Boom. I was so obsessed with life here that I was like, hey, man, check this. Bloop. I'm liking this Singleton Radiant Fountain. Keeping us in it. Keeping it respectable. Do I attack here? I don't think I can. I'll start doing that next turn, maybe 2. The Devotee seems like he should be able to beat up the Inspector, right? Either one of them. Just looks a little more Fabio. He's pretty decked out, man. He's looking pretty swole, as the kids used to say. Uh-oh. There's only one reason somebody does this, and I don't think it's prismatic strands. All right. Let's try and keep them honest. Are we dead? What? What on earth? Just a bluff? Unsettling trend. Cool. Let's do this and trip it immediately. Two cards. Bottom top. Attacking time. Pop, pop. Let's go. This could be amazing if we can pull this one off. But like, we definitely were the bully the first like 6 turns and then just boom, alpha strike. Love Guardian's Pledge. There's so many cards that do that. It's just so hard to beat that one. I've even saved the team by playing it on as a defensive pull, like, you know, in response to like a cannonade or something. Woo! You're kind of a cinemaphile there, Chimpskey. Have you seen Nosferatu? I think it came out last year. So far, I'm about 80% through it. It's at the crescendo, so please don't give me any spoilers. And I've just been having a real good time watching it. All right, so nothing I can do there. Okay, that's Connor. I figured you're playing it in your cinema. Oh, who's the director? I didn't catch it when it came out. Oh, somebody's forgetting where they are. I'm not at 1 anymore. Bring out that other veteran. Who knows? Maybe they're on that last charm and they can keep coming at me for in the air after they Skyfisher the other one away. That'll be interesting. Bring this out. Skyfisher, great card right now. Do believe I'm going to actually bring back Synthesizer though. Get a whole lot of value here. Cool. We'll play the other synth. Synth to synth to synth. This just turned into a very ugly turn. We'll do this here. Thinning out our deck some more. Yes, I want to do the thing. I'll get a plane. That kind of blows, right? Play another synth. Play that in. And attack. Do I just want to keep these guys back out of sheer disrespect? I do. You know, they've got another Thraben Charm there. I'm going to be in really close quarters. Wife's been gone for about 3 or 4 days, hanging out with her buddies, so she's heading back today, just in time for the UFC fight tonight, so that should be a good time. Can't wait to see her. Alrighty. Ooh. Bring back the journey. That'd be pretty funny. Or kill the dudes. Yeah, I kind of feel a little feisty. Let me get rid of the journey. Get rid of one of these cards in their hand. Thraben Charm. 2 can play at that game. Hey, we got there. All right. Glad I didn't quit. Woo, win. Maybe they needed both those cards. Well, we can't really do too much here. What do we do, right? Dawnbringer might be a good roadblock. 1-3. Pick apart some stuff in the yard. Yeah, don't really think I'll need this Ephemerate. I mean, I don't have to bring in stuff. There's always that option. Cast down feels pretty underwhelming here. I think I could lose one of those. Kind of want to find some Castigate so I can get rid of their Anthem effects. In fact, I want to go pretty hard on those. This 1-for-1 removal just feels like losing mana. Don't really have any fog effects though. Yeah, Dawnbringer does feel better than some things. Let me get rid of one of these, bring in double clerics. And I want to get rid of one more card. Well, there's another synth. Let's go. I don't want to get rid of this. They're going so wide. Yeah, the triple block that represents, so we can start bringing it back with Omen of the Dead. That's pretty sweet. All right. Let's give this a go. Yeah, sometimes things get so low to the ground, kind of like how Brute Squad attacks, where it just almost doesn't seem like you want 1-for-1 removal. Just want to be more efficient than that. Late game, this is all right. We've got this. We'll keep. Just because of the Cleansing Wildfire. What a great card that is. Rumor has it, if it wasn't for this, the artifact lands might have been gone a while ago. A little too much fun people are being had, right? Thank you for that, Chimpskey. I might have forgot about the journey, even though that was the last move I did. Monarch Veteran showing up early and often. Bridge. Yield. Gotta be careful of dust to dust as well. Cleansing Wildfire makes that less of an issue. And we're only about a minute down on our opponent. For some reason, I thought that we were like 8 minutes down or something. Here we go. Yeah, lost a close one to RDW in the very first round. Then we lost a big blue, but haven't lost since. So that's been good times. Let's do the thing. At this stage, it almost feels like we need black, huh? Look at all this black, but I'm going to get white. Get that out. There we go. Ooh. Now we kept 2 synths. Goes to a game 3, I might consider losing some. Whoa. That's just, oh, I just missed that land. It's the second time that's happened to our opponents where you start kind of rubbing it in their face, like, look at this mana acceleration. And then, you know, I didn't expect this. Not using the restroom once, getting to round 5, but I'm feeling okay. Helps not having coffee here. That's also why my throat's getting a little rusty, because I'm not able to lube it up. But yeah. Yeah, the nice flexibility of being able to play these new lists every week. The drawback being not about every 5th week I feel like an expert, because it'll be something I'm really familiar with. But stuff like this, I don't dabble in Mardu all that much, but it is neat to have a toolbox. It just does everything, you know. Good stuff. All right. 1 mana. We do have a Devotee, and we are on the draw. I still don't like this. I'm going to mulligan. I don't want to tempt fate that badly. We'll say this. I'll get rid of a synth. 1's enough. Lead off with that bridge in case we fall right into a Cleansing Wildfire and rinse repeat, right? Let's go. Hits a plane. Is this another white weenie list? It's hard to tell. Okay, bring out the bridge. Here we go. Shadowed landscape. Looks like driving through the I-5 some years when there's a wildfire. All right, taking the 1. Any FF cards that you can't wait to play? Says Delphi Guru. Yeah, there's the Black Mage's Rod one I like, and there's the red one that exiles a card and gives it haste and 3/1. So I like the only two. If you go to our what do you call posts on YouTube, it used to be the community tab, but it'll say posts. I usually share my thoughts there. Like many of you, started probably with like 10 cards, and I was like, and I was just thinking about it like, oh, come on, that's not really worthy, or this, that, and the other. So yeah, I've whittled it down to 2. As far as that, like, I think that'll definitely see play. All right, change of plans. We'll bring out this and bring out a Thraben Inspector so we can at least block here. Might consider, especially if he drops another little 1/1 dork or better, tripping that synthesizer just for tempo and stopping him from attacking all the time. 2 turns, nothing to sneeze at. I don't think I've ever sneezed at something in my life. I've sometimes sneezed when something's coming at me, but yeah, it used to be community. I don't even think that link works now. Ah, man, another Anthem effect? Did this just win the challenge or something? Weird. All right. Remember what I said about synthesizer? I'm doing it. Oh, we could just blast him to death, right? Problem with that move, though, if I do that, I don't turn that back around. I really don't want to chop one of those down. That's ridiculous. But I want a way to turn on that, too. This is kind of awkward, isn't it? Galvanic Blast isn't really worth that. Bring out the landscape. We'll trip it for... Oops, nope. We'll trip it for red. We'll do the thing next turn. Oh, and then for a second I liked that blue creature that was like had evasion, but you have to cast something, a non-creature spell that's like 4 or greater or something insane. I was like, come on. That's just not realistic. All right. Well, I could sit back on Cast Down and Gal Blast or trip the clue token, so I'm going to chill out. So we're 2-2 technically. We had a real close first round loss. Feels like we could have won that one. All right, there's a good option for that. I think if I played this style, I would play all 8 of the Inspector styles. All right, so that feels like a cast down thingy. Yeah, let me do that now. Get rid of the fatty. Doesn't do any damage. Now, unless I play a creature, I can actually zap a few of these. Might consider doing that if our situation doesn't improve. Jaboozy! Okay, let's keep our options open, shall we? Oh, I shouldn't have done that. If this is a land, I'm going to feel like a fool, but whatever. So we eat a little bit of tempo. Okay, sure. I'll shoot you here. Booyah. Do it. With Prismatic in the yard. Ah, the justice. It's just us. We got a token. Mana's right. Start drawing cards next turn. Bugler. Not good. Show us the cards. Only one, eh? Damn. Alrighty. Well, we did want more red, didn't we? I think this is a little more valuable right now. Still got Metalcraft. Get a card out of the deal. Bridge showing up. Do Don't want to have to use double Galblast here, but I might have to. Yeah, we're at 10. I'm just going to make them use all the resources. They're going to make me use mine. They hard cast a prismatic here. That'd be pretty disheartening. Somebody in the chat, in the post chat, I think, said there's already technically a card that does that and it's not being played. I don't know how true that is, but... Alrighty. Okay. Man, letting that go. That shows a lot of discipline. All right. There is that. Okay, that's good times. 1, 2, 3, 4 with the cast down here. I like that. We'll grab the cast down. And chill out here. Feels weird using cast down against these creatures that cost less than cast down. Cost down. A new superstore in the multiverse. I'll burn it. Let's go. Taking the one. Boom. Oh, damn it. Some car alarm going on a couple streets over. Not what we want here, folks. Bringing this out. Yeah, this deck doesn't even have like an electrickery or, you know, in the festivities. It's just nothing. Wonder how cheap. It's not like Holy Light's ever been an expensive card, but it is only printed in the one set, the Dark, I believe. And I'm just curious. Of course, that's not where I got it from. Not the best option. Non-white cards. I thought it was in the chat, and Chimpskey, sorry to send you on a goose chase there. Hopefully I'm not telling tales out of school. Well, I'm a believer. Let me take down... It doesn't really matter here. I'm going to take down a bird, actually. That might end up killing me faster, longer, etc. All these Galblasts, if a Skyfisher shows up, I'm going to feel pretty good. Don't have it. Ah, it's a perfect death. Squish. Like grape. Okay, what are we going to get? What are we going to get? Why am I whispering? All right. Well, these feel pretty weird. Castigate, I'm going to want these instead. Dawnbringers, as mentioned before, pretty good call. I think I'm going to cut 2 synth. Maybe... We're doing lots of blocking. I'm going to go like this again, everybody. We'll see. So we're either going to 2-3 or 3-2, as is the way of playing a new deck, or a lot of times Rogue and stuff like that. This has a lot of good stuff, but I think it just needs a bit more tuning. Already shown a few holes in the Accursed Marauder and the ability to, wipe the board. At the risk of being incredibly uncreative, I would think something like a breath weapon or something might be the Well, no, we've got too many creatures like that. What's the one that does it to just theirs? Yeah, Arms of Hadar. That'd be a really good fit in this list, right? That way we can keep all our dudes alive. Boom, 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 boom. Already solved it. All right. Yeah, I want to play first. White can get there. Our mana is perfect. The only 2 cast downs we've got. A little late game here. I'm going to keep this. We'll just keep killing their stuff. Maybe have a blocker. Maybe by then something goes online. I've heard of worse things. You know what? Let me keep... just lead off with this in case they've got a lot of artifact hate. Yeah, elves are sneaking around a bit and stuff as far as your point there, the one Obol. Usually if I've got the mana flexibility, I will extend to the Hadar range. Kind of makes you more disciplined too. Sounds goofy, but since we've only got 1 white source, I think I'm going to cherish it until I really need it. Might even play Skyfisher, bounce it, and do the thing. We'll see. I think I'm just going to cast that down. Just boom, boom, boom. Just tempo. Or anti-tempo, right? We don't have any targets for this, so I'm going to bring this out. We're just going to go medieval on these inspectors. Try to keep that life total as high as possible, because a few anthems and we're dead. It's very strange. I think I've lived here about 10 years. I don't think I've ever heard a car alarm. And right when I said that, it goes away. Must be an out-of-towner. Some interloper. Okay, we do have that now. I'm going to play the bridge. Obviously, Cleansing Wildfire here. Yeah, I guess we're good there. Let's do this. Go get a basic plains, and then we're out of the woods. Still don't have a Dust to Dust turn on here. Yes, I would like to do the thing. All right. I'm really afraid of Battle Screech here, so only for the tempo is why I did it that way. I'm going to be taking 2, it looks like. Hopefully I can nab something that's a little bit better than a 1/1. Maybe a Raffine's Informant here. Flipped over. Bugler, all right. Let's kill that. Always on the back foot against White Weenie. I love a metagame where that's still a card, though, you know? All right, Informant did show up. Here we go. We do not have Metalcraft here. Do that to that. Cancel that. Skill the Bugler. I think I play the Den. I'll bounce a Den back in case they've got Dust to Dust here. I mean, technically they could just target their own clue, right? But won't be giving it to them that easy. We have done that about 3 times, named Chimpskey. Angel deck, courtesy of Resident Zombie, I believe their name is. It's that player that every time you bump into him, it's been a few years though. I haven't seen him online at all. I don't know. Sometimes people just fall out of favor of Magic. Maybe they find a new hobby like pickleball. I used to think I was so grateful for Magic, and I still am, you know, especially Pauper and stuff. But I definitely have 2 loves in my life now. That is very true. Okay, we have a target for that. What do we have? Is this a Thraben Charm? All three there, Chimpskey. That's the safe answer. Now, it is awesome to have a spouse that likes that game as much as I do. Actually, a little bit more, probably. I don't get my fill physically, but mentally sometimes we'll be watching it on TV. There's a lot of pickleball only channels and YouTube and all, tournaments, it seems, every weekend and stuff. So she just has it on 24/7, and I'm just like, enough. Sometimes I think that is just too much pickleball all the time here. I'm going to kill that straight out. Really don't want to see a battle screech here. Prismatic's the reason I did that. Inspector. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'll play the Den now because we've got Ephemerate backup. So if they do have a dust to dust, we can do something about it. Right? Chill out. Anthem effect. We can still block, return. Not ideal, but whatever. 2 black, 2 red, 2 white. Funny how this works out. Gosh darn it. My wife's not too into Magic. She's really into Ascension and pickleball and just about every other board game. She'd be great at Magic. We keep telling her, we're like, there's parts of Ascension that are way harder than Magic. Some of the sequencing and stuff. So I think that's opening the door for her a little bit. She's always seen it as being behind, like she's going to have to catch up. Like there's this unattainable, distance of learning till now. And it's like, doesn't work that way. Like my son got into it. My youngest got into Magic. It was like on a holiday season or something. And then by before summer, he was better at it than I am. Pretty crazy. I don't think we're winning this one, guys. I feel like we're just waiting to defend against something we don't have any defense for. We don't have a fog effect like a prismatic, which would be another good call in this list. But, I don't want to turn it into Deluxe 101. We are looking for some variety. This deck, I was playing the perfect bad deck against this, right? I didn't have much side removal, and I was mid-rangey, and it was more mid-rangey, and just got there better. Yeah, we're drawing just lands after lands. We have played one Wildfire, but it's been hard hunting ever since. Alpha Strike incoming. These multiple clue tokens are brutal because they just get you to that Anthem effect so much sooner. Novice and Thraben. I'm liking it. No sense in doing any of our tricks, meaning the one that we have, right? Sure, I'll bring out another artifact. I almost want them to spend their turn dust to dusting at this point, right? No lands. Jesus. Bottom. Excuse me. Top. Yikes. No prismatic here. Yeah, no, and they're two, I believe Dominion's a deck building game as well. In fact, when we were up at, so yeah, they are similar. Ascension's just really streamlined. You could tell some Magic players definitely invented it. It's really well done. And like I said, we were playing it wrong the first few times, so. All right, I'm going to bounce this just because there's nothing else to do with my mana. Oh, do I return the little dude? Return a permanent. Is it worth having a blocker? Or another scry? I'll bring a plane back, screw it. Alpha Strike, yeah, here it is. Probably end of the game here. That'll be a 2/3. I guess it doesn't matter, right? Boom! Here it comes. We have no defense for this squish. Are we in the single digits? Nope, we're just dead. So, well, we beat White Weenie and then we lost to it. So I'm not quite sure where that sits. So, this is the time of the day where we say, I believe it's this. No. Oh, Okay, well, hadohado brought us this list. I played it as is. Do like this spot. Do like these. I could maybe lose one cast down here. We wanted to curse Marauders, so let's add those now. In case you like this style. Boing. Go like this. Make sure I can hear. Sometimes I can hit a hotkey and then I'm off camera. So we've got these Marauders and these ones. So Confession, bye-bye. Here, maybe one of these. So we're going to bring in 2 of these targets. That should take care of Hexproof and company. These are decent. There. Do we want more Thraben Charm, even main? Maybe we could cut like one of these, add one of these. Technically equaling the sideboard and still having the same amount of removal here. The other thing was like Arms of Hadar. Effect. We've already got one spot opened up in the side. Here we go. Maybe we go down to one of these. We didn't. I do respect that a lot here. For right now, maybe just leave it like that. There's not really any way to regain this, so I do want this to be a 2. Shoot. You know, we are going wide enough. It might be a Thraben Charm style list. It might be a little bit better than 2 cast downs. Maybe go 3 Charm. We could lose this with the same logic here. Being, we still have the removal, same number of removal here. Now we've got more of a graveyard element, and that'll give us enough room for one of these. That's my quick fix. Not quite sure if I would do that. Yeah, the makeshift munitions might be a good call. I think that's what you meant. Chimpskey, I think I'm rubbing off on you. Although, you know, when we do build out, we're not really trying to, what do you call, just get rid of all of our stuff to minimize. It's a nice option to have, but it does feel like when we get a lot of resources, that's when the deck really shines, and we can do a lot of stuff every turn and keep doing these things where that can kind of you know, nix our board. With 3 charms, yeah, maybe you could put in a munitions, although I'd probably want to fit it main, right? Maybe lose a synthesizer, munitions main. I'm not sure. Just got to be careful you don't turn it into like one of the said decks out there and such. But, you know, maybe we could cut one Ephemerate, probably might be a good call. And then munitions. That way we'd have more removal for stuff that matters, right? That's a pretty good call. So, the courtesy of Chimpskey and everybody else in the chat, I think this is where I would leave it. Or if I had a time machine and wanted to play it and change it, you know, I might want to play this. I do like the Castigates. I think we didn't see those shine at all, but I remember when I first started playing Pauper, back in like online anyway, in like 2004 or something, being told this is the best card in Pauper. So, and that was by a Pro Tour regular. So, Packbeast, it's all right. It's very nice when you're rolling, but that's true of just about any card, right? I'd much rather just be another Ardent Elementalist, so I choose what I'm drawing, right? This is just a phantom draw. You probably draw into a land, right? Whereas if you had 2 of these, then it might instigate the 4 Ephemerate package. So I think if I was playing for money, I'd probably go to a double Ardent Elementalist draw here, get rid of the Packbeast, go back up to 4 Ephemerate, etc. But what you gonna do? Anyway, everybody, thanks for joining me early and often here on, I thought we got rid of one of the Devotees for the movement of that, but it does say 60, so whatever. Yeah, Castigate is a pretty sweet card. Nice and flexible option there. We'll be back next week with Final Fantasy. Till then, gosh, I didn't take a single commercial break. I'll try to make up for that next week. Thanks for streaming. Well, thanks for joining me there, and please spread the word, the love, and we'll see you online playing some Pauper. And maybe pickleball if you're in the California area. All right, everybody. I'm going to go out here with... Oh, yeah. Let's get a little genie loophole action. Till next week. Adios.